Okay. We will go to VLAN hopping, but before that, I would like to give some, more information about IRDP spoofing. So IRDP is nothing but ICMP router discovery protocol. So in this, uh, you know that there will be many routers in a network, and each router will give routes, right? So here the attacker will have a rogue router, and he claims that he has the best route for any messages to go through. So obviously the routers, other routers or the switches will choose his router to go through that. So that is what this sentence means. Attacker makes sure his entry is better than other routes by setting the preference level and lifetime of the route at high values. Now all the data packets travel through this attacker's system. So he can now do the sniffing or man in the middle attack, etc. So that's about the IRDP spoofing, INCP router discovery protocol. Next, we'll go to VLAN hopping. Virtual local area network VLAN hopping is a technique used to target network resources present on a VLAN. The main purpose behind a VLAN hopping attack is to gain access to the traffic flowing in the other VLANs present in the same network, which is otherwise inaccessible. Networks usually have a poor VLAN implementation have misconfigurations that allow attackers to perform this type of attack. So VLAN hopping, there are two types: switch spoofing and double tagging. So in switch spoofing, the attacker connects a rogue switch into the network by tricking a legitimate switch and thereby creating a trunk link between them. After establishing a trunk link, the traffic from multiple VLANs can be sent to and through the rogue switch. This attack is successful only when the legitimate switch is configured to negotiate a trunk connection, or when the interface is configured with dynamic auto, dynamic desirable, or trunk mode. Similarly, double tagging. So to perform double tagging, the attacker must be on a native VLAN. Attacker will be on native VLAN. By default, native VLAN is VLAN 1. I'm not very sure about this, which does not require any tagging. So for native VLANs, the tagging is not required. So say attacker is connected to switch 1 and the victim is connected to switch 2, and he is on some other VLAN, say VLAN 2. Attacker is on native VLAN, and the victim is on the VLAN 2. Now the attacker adds two tags to his frame, which he wants to send to VLAN. Say the tag for VLAN 2 is 10. So each VLANs will have a unique tags. So for VLAN 2, we'll say for example it is 10. For native VLAN, the tag is not required. But in our example, we have taken it as 1. So the tag for VLAN 2 is 10. The attacker will put this tag 10 in the inner tag. In the outer tag, he will put native VLAN tag, which is 1. This 1 can be any other thing. Depends on the configuration, and transmits the data. When this packet reaches a switch, the switch will remove the tag, outer tag, whose ID is 1, as the tag is not required for the devices on native VLAN, and transmits the packet with the inner tag to the next switch. So for this switch, when after removing the outer tag, the remaining is a complete packet. So it will consider that packet with the inner tag as a data, and it will forward. So when the next switch receives this packet, it sees the tag is 10, which belongs to the top VLAN 2. So it allows the packet to the destination. Now the frame on VLAN 1, actually it is not VLAN 1, it is from native VLAN, has reached VLAN 2. So the frame has hopped from one VLAN to other VLAN. So that's why it is called as VLAN hopping. The packet has hopped from VLAN 1, native VLAN to native VLAN to VLAN 2. This is with tag 10. So this is about VLAN hopping.